And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. Again, slowly, but we're getting there thanks to you. So hit subscribe, watch, comment, and share because the stupidity never ends. I mean, yesterday, Karoline Leavitt, she hosted this lovely presser where she started off by speaking kindness, saying that hatred has no place in the United States under Trump. Everyone losing their due process in health care may feel otherwise. Play the clip.
Hatred has no place in the United States of America under President Donald Trump.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God. We're all just feeling so much better now that thanks to under President Donald Trump, no more hatred. Meanwhile, Leavitt also discussed the big, beautiful bill, claiming that it's hard to imagine this, going to claim that it's going to save Americans $1.6 trillion. Play the clip.
Switching gears, Carol.
Just following up on Warren Davidson, I wanted to read you his quote that he posted online. While I love many things in the bill, promising someone else will cut spending in the future does not cut spending. Deficits do matter, and this bill grows them. Why should that get a Republican primary?
This bill saves $1.6 trillion for the American taxpayer. It saves more than any bill that has ever passed Capitol Hill has. In fact, by double. The next bill saved $800 billion. This bill saves $1.6 trillion. So this is a very good bill for the American people, the American taxpayer. And I believe, as an outlet put it with a headline this morning, it might have been Politico actually, they wrote that the American people are going to be flush with cash when this thing is signed into law. And that's a good thing for American taxpayers.
Again, just answer the question. Answer the question. How is it supposed to be considered a tax savings today when it has to do with down the road? But it's offset by the fact that economists believe that this big, beautiful bill is going to cost the American taxpayer over 10 years, $30 trillion. I mean, that's the thing about math. It's the thing about numbers. Numbers don't lie. People do. Meanwhile, a reporter from Newsmax, and that's the great thing, too, with this administration, they are packing the briefing room and only allowing questions from people who they know and they like. So this reporter from Newsmax asked Karoline if Trump wants to primary the two GOP representatives that voted against the bill. Of course they did. I mean, I thought there was no hatred under Trump. Play the clip.
The view of the White House.
Secondly, you had two Republicans last night that voted against this bill, Congressman Massey and Davidson. Does the president think that they should be primaried?
I believe he does, and I don't think he likes to see grandstanders in Congress. What's the alternative? I would ask those members of Congress. Did they want to see a tax hike? Did they want to see our country go bankrupt? That's the alternative by them trying to vote no. And the president believes the Republican Party needs to be unified, and the vast majority of Republicans clearly are, and are listening to the president. They are trusting in President Trump, as they should, because there's a reason he's sitting in this Oval Office. It's because he's the unequivocal leader of the Republican Party. Not just a president for Republicans, but all Americans. The president's approval rating is at an all-time high right now, and it's because he knows how to deliver, and Republicans like Thomas Massey and others should take note. Stephen.
Again, fraught with lies, misinformation, and just deflection. His popularity, his approval ratings are actually lower than any other president in U.S. history, only outdoing himself in 2017. Meanwhile, Leavitt also ranted around radical judges. And then she tried to claim that the Supreme Court of the United States always sides with Trump. Play that clip.
Do that. And now these illegal criminal murderers and rapists have to sit in Djibouti with our ICE agents who now have to sit there for more than 2 weeks without the proper resources. This judge is not only undermining our immigration system, undermining our foreign policy and our national security, but this judge is undermining the safety of the ICE agents who are putting their lives on the line to remove this list of illegal criminal terrorists. It's truly despicable what's happening in our court system, and the president and this administration hope that the Supreme Court will do what it needs to do to rein in these liberal activist judges. And the Supreme Court has already said it is well within the president's purview to dictate foreign policy, and a radical district court judge should not be getting in the way of that. We'll see you all later at the Maha event. Thank you.
What's interesting is that's not how the judges at the Supreme Court ruled it. But then again, what you do is you pick out one line and you build an entire narrative around it. Yeah, the president has the right to dictate foreign policy. That's the right of the president. But the president also doesn't have the right within which to violate due process. That's the whole issue here. Meanwhile, in this embarrassing moment, Karoline was asked about why. Why, Karoline, the White House has played literally a debunked video in front of the South African president. Play that clip.
Yamiche, good to see you.
Hi, good. Thanks for taking the question.
Sure.
The president showed a video that he said showed more than 1,000 burial sites of white South Africans that he said were murdered. We know that that was not true and that the video wasn't showing that. So I wonder, why did the president choose to show that?
What's not true, Yamiche?
It's not true that the video was showing a burial site. It is unsubstantiated that that's the case.
No, it is true that that video showed the crosses that represent.
Which is what the president claimed.
The video showed images of crosses in South Africa about white farmers who have been killed and politically persecuted because of the color of their skin.
The president
and those
claimed
crosses
that
are
it was showing
representing their
burial.
lives. Those crosses are representing their lives in the fact that they are now dead and their government did nothing about it. Are you disputing that there's no...
Disputing the fact that the video showed what the president claimed it showed, because it did not show that. But even more, what I'm asking you is who at the
No,
White House...
it did show that. It showed white crosses representing people who have perished because of racial persecution.
Verifies the videos that the president shows, and what protocols are in place when there's unsubstantiated information being put out for the world and world leaders to
Yamiche,
show?
what's unsubstantiated about the video? The video shows crosses that represent the dead bodies of people who were racially persecuted by their government. In fact, the Associated Press, of all places, has a picture of that very monument, and the caption from the Associated Press is, "Each cross marks a white farmer who has been killed in a farm murder." So it is substantiated,
but it's
not just by that video and the physical evidence that everybody saw on display in the Oval Office, but also by another outlet in this room, the Associated Press. So you should take it up with them if you believe the claim is unsubstantiated. And that's a ridiculous line of questioning. John, go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, talk about, did you see when once Yanish turned around and started asking the question about the video, did you see just the absolute change in her facial expression? I mean, it went from, hey, Yanish, nice to see you. All of a sudden, that scowl that she has. I mean, let me tell you something. Like I've said many, many times, she's good. She's good at spreading the bullshit better than anybody I've ever seen before. Meanwhile, Garrett Haake from NBC, he asked Karoline about transparency. First, it was about the meme coin dinner, which I'm going to do another video on very, very soon. But I still think it's important that you see it here. Play the clip.
On the president's dinner tonight, will the White House commit to making a list of the attendees public so people can see who's paying for that kind of access to the president?
Well, as you know, Garrett, this question has been raised with the president. I have also addressed the dinner tonight. The president is attending it in his personal time. It is not a White House dinner. It's not taking place here at the White House. But certainly I can raise that question and try to get you an answer for it.
Okay. And
yeah. So when he steps, I guess, off of White House grounds, he's no longer president, but yet they're using the presidential seal. They're going ahead. They actually are inviting some of these biggest donors of this meme coin for a personal tour of the White House by the president. I mean, you're right. It has nothing to do with the presidency. Meanwhile, Garrett goes on and he also asks about how much the Qatari plane is going to cost the American people within which to ensure its safety. Play the clip.
And on the Qatari aircraft, the Air Force has said they're going to classify all the information about the work that has to get done to bring it up to snuff to be Air Force One. Previous Air Force One contracts, including the one that the president entered into in 2018, are public. That's available knowledge. Will the White House commit to releasing who's doing that work and the cost of that work? I understand that some elements might be classified about specific systems, but will you commit to releasing that basic information so people can see ultimately what this costs?
Well, Garrett, as you know, that's a question for the Department of Defense and the United States Air Force, who is accepting this jet as part of their fleet.
Declassify anything he wants.
Well, you'll have to ask the Department of Defense and the United States Air Force, who is accepting this jet as part of its fleet. Peter.
The president.
maybe, I mean, do you see Garrett's face afterwards? It's like, oh my God, why am I even asking these questions? Especially considering the president in the past had said he can declassify a document just by thinking it's declassified. Okay? Now, finally, Karoline spoke about how Trump plans to honor the military next month on June 14th during his parade. And I want everyone to remember that happens to be on his birthday. Play that clip.
The president will further honor our military next month on June 14th when he hosts the 250th anniversary of the United States Army with a grand military parade celebration right here in our nation's capital. President Trump will be joined by veterans, active duty troops, wounded warriors, Gold Star families, and patriotic Americans from across the country to celebrate our heroes who have kept us safe. Tickets for the parade and the celebration are available through the America 250 Commission's event registration portal. It will be a truly historic and special day for our country. After the parade, President Trump will travel to the G7 Leaders Summit in Canada from June 15th through the 17th.
Let me be very clear about something. He wants to honor our veterans. He wants to honor our military. First and foremost, they cut over 60,000 jobs from the VA. The Army said they don't want to attend. They don't want to be a part of this. This is going to cost the U.S. taxpayers like $90 million. All for what? For his ego? I mean, let me be clear. What I showed you in this video, it's not just unethical. It's an insult. It's an insult to every American who believes that the presidency should be a public trust, not a personal cash cow. But again, I ask each and every one of you, what did you expect? We knew what he was going to do. Not only did I tell you, he told you. And it's why I keep saying, help me to build this community. Share this platform with one person. Let's double our community every single day until we are so big that stupid shit like this just doesn't happen. And as always, thanks for listening. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.